Alright guys, so if you're seeing this one, I decided I didn't like the first one that I did, even though it was fine, and I decided to record a second one. Um, the first one was fine, I did pretty good. In fact, I may even actually launch it and let you guys see what I did on the first one, and maybe I'll do a speed through just to show it. But I got to thinking about it. It's now 10 o'clock my time, and I think what I want to do is a wandering series. That's what I'm going to do, I think. I think what I'm going to do is go wander the entire biome. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to try to find if there's any villages. I think I'm going to wander, collect as much meat as I can, gear up in gear, at nighttime go into the caves and cave for more stuff. But I don't think I'm going to actually set a base at all. I think pretty much my strategy on this one is going to be sack as many villages as I can. I think I'm literally going to try to find as many villages as I can. Um, yeah, it'd be easier to do it with a saddle. So eventually, I'm going to have to try to find a dungeon and hope to find a saddle, because it'd be a whole lot easier to travel the biome with that. But who knows if there's even a village in these. I know that on the Pipe Dream server, our village actually spawned in a savanna. So we know that savannas can spawn villages. This is a large biome. Being a large biome, it's going to be huge. And who knows if there's any villages in it at all. But we're going to go look. And I know that with it being large, there's going to be tons and tons and tons of food. So I'm not afraid of killing every last living creature that I can eat. So if you're seeing this, that means this one came out better than the first one. If you're not seeing this, then there's no worries about even worrying about it. So here we go, and create and start timer. So the timer's going, and we're going to travel towards the sun. I think that's probably going to be our best bet. And we should probably punch a tree or two. Ooh, there's the beginning lag. We should probably punch a tree or two. And the first one I noticed there's about 400 million sheep and not a whole lot of anything else. I was down to about 3 haunches before I realized that I was down about that many, and then started worrying about getting cobblestone. So I'm not worried about floating trees because I'll probably never ever see this place again, being that I'm going to be a nomad. And maybe that's what I'll call my series, the Nomad series. Uh, So we're just going to gather what we need. Oh, did I pick that block up? I did. We're going to gather what we need, and hopefully we find food relatively soon. The last one I was a little concerned about. I ran across one chicken, and that's what kind of saved me until I ran across a bunch of piggies. So I would rather get steak, to be honest with you. I think it has a better nutritional value. We are going to make ourselves real quick a crafting table, some sticks, a sword, and some tools real quick. So let's go ahead and turn that all into, oh, we only want to turn half of that into sticks. Turn those into sticks. And let's go ahead and make ourselves a crafting table, because when it gets dark I want to be prepared for what's going to happen. So let's go ahead and make ourselves, we're going to need a axe, and I got me perfect standing right where I'm at. We'll need one of those, and we need one of those. Perfect. And then let's put these in the right order. Put our scrap wood up there. And right now we want these in that order, and then we want that back. So I'm really hoping to run across, I would like to have at least one more of these if I could, please. 2 is optimum. 1 is okay. 2 is optimum. I can't waste any more time though. Was that cows? Or is that sheep? That's sheep. I would really like to, you know what, because I'm going to wander, I don't really care to have, and I know it kills people to have the F3 up. I'm sorry, I'm playing the game. Oh, cows. Good. I would much rather have beef over anything else. I like beef. it gives me several things. It gives me immediate armor if I kill enough of them and get lucky with the drops. It gives me books if I can find some. There's there's food right away. I'm just gonna have to find me some. Is that all the cows? That was a small amount of cows. So let's look for the sun. Let's see the sun. It's still rising. So we want to keep traveling away from it. Let's go ahead and cut down a little bit more tree. Oh, and now I get wood. I guess because I didn't have an axe before, maybe? Yeah, that's what I'm going to think it is. I'm going to be nomading it, so it's not really going to matter about keeping my coordinates up. If I do come across anything good, villagers or such, it's going to be helpful for everybody, so I really don't care. Probably chances are of there being any villages are slim to none. Or if there is, they're going to be so far out that everybody else is already going to have established themselves. Nobody's going to want to pull up stakes and travel to them. So we probably should... Oh, more cows. We should probably maybe dig in and get some cobble here in a minute. I thought I seen one more up here. Yeah, there's a couple more up there. So let's go ahead. And I should have made myself a shovel. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and dig in. Let's go ahead and get ourselves enough cobble to make ourselves a furnace, and we'll check the time as well. It should be getting nighttime here soon, about 5 minutes before nighttime. So I would like to at least make it over the top of this hill before we start cooking up, so we can not be in a bad situation. I hate being on the bottom of a hill. We're going to get enough cobble to make some tools too while we're at it. I would like to have come across some oh, there's another one. So we'll take him out too. Give me your delicious meat. I'd like to try to make it to the top of this hill before we call it a night and dig in and make sure. Which way is the sun falling? Alright. Oops. So just gotta make sure them cords are going the right direction. Yeah, we're going right. Keep them numbers climbing in one, dropping in another. We don't definitely want to die. Was kind of hoping to get some coal, but we'll make some charcoal. That's okay. We'll just grab ourselves some more wood to make some charcoal. We are going to have to dig in here in a short spell, so we'll just keep traveling in hopes we find something good. And it's always possible. We're gonna have to go ahead and do this now, though, because we're running out of haunches, and that's not good. So while we're cooking this up, we'll go ahead and gather ourselves a little bit more supplies. I do know that it's better to do it this way, so we'll go ahead and do it this way. So while that's all cooking up, we'll grab ourselves some more wood. And while that's all doing that, because we definitely don't want to get caught with our pants down, we'll do this. We want to get some coal going now and not later. Thank you very much. Better to get charcoal moving now before we have to start digging in, before we're dug in and then we're waiting for the last minute. So, especially because we're going to be wandering, traveling around looking for villages. I don't know that there is any. But, like I said, our village on the Pipe Dream server actually spawned inside a savanna. So, I know that they do exist in a savanna. Okay, and let's go ahead and get that back up because it's going to get dark here soon. We'll go ahead and get some torches made up. And then we can go ahead and do this right now. That gives us some kind of protection. It's not much protection, but it's some kind of protection. And then we do have some, if we can get ourselves a hold of a skelly, we can actually make bread if we have to. So and that's good for right now. Let's go ahead and pull this one up. Got that. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a sword and a pick. So we got those already handy. Keep those. Move the wood up here. Let's pull that up. Let's grab the apple. That's always good. Let's run towards the sun. Ooh, we can't go towards the sun. That's not going to be good. Yeah, let's go this way. We'll just have to probably find a hole, cave, or make our own. Oh, there's more food right there. That's good. Piggy, piggy. Piggy, piggy. Yeah, we'll just grab some of this pork. Again, because we're going to be traveling, we just want to gather as much food as we can on our way. And then now it's getting dark, so now we'll just look for somewhere to... This is good enough right here, so we'll just basically dig in for the night. Good enough. And we'll put a torch there, and pop, and pop, pop. Pop a torch down. And I guess we can go ahead and widen out our hole a little bit. Get ourselves some little blocks. Start collecting some blocks. It looks like maybe... Yeah, it looks like I might have to go a little bit over my timer. I might have set my timer just a little prematurely. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of room. We are up a little bit high for materials, so when we stair step down, we'll find a little bit of iron. Right now, this is just good for building blocks, for climbing hills and such, which is fine. Now, I am going to be recording with Mr. Radio Gaming. I did talk to him earlier and let him know what the game plan was. I hadn't initially intended on playing. We were going to record his teams, and something came up. So, as of right now, the game plan is he is going to... basically has turned his first one in. I am going to catch up with him by doing this one. And then let's go ahead and make some more charcoal. And we'll burn that up. I'm going to catch up with him. I know I was making a shovel is what I was doing. I'm going to catch up with him, and then we're going to record together from here on out. So long as Michael Deering allows me to finish and to catch up. I did post that I was playing in the challenge on his channel, and hopefully it's enough to get me in there. If not, then I will still record with Mr. Radio Gaming and let him do his challenge, and just be a part of it without being a part of it. So and it's fine. I'm okay with it being that way. I'm gonna go ahead and turn those all into torches. I'm gonna need them. Pick those back up. And I think by the time we get down a little bit, um, we'll find a couple of pieces of coal. Uh, so I think it'll be all right, though. Michael Deering's a pretty understanding guy. When I had talked to him earlier in the week and mentioned that we may have time contingencies that would stop. There's some coal right there. That would stop us from being able to record with Mr. Radio Gaming, making sure that he could do it solo and do a team thing. He seemed to think that it was going to be okay and to go ahead and do it. So it'll be fine. I think he'll accept my late entry. I just want to make sure that we're going to be okay to do this. And irregardless, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole 9-day challenge. My personal goal is to find as many villages as I can. Now we have to stay, from what I understood, the rules were within eye shot of the village. Now, from what I understand, when I was watching Michael Deering's video post with Psycho and the Puka, now I guess you have to stay in the Savanna, but I am going to go on what I originally understood is you have to stay within eye shot of the Savanna. I will obviously be coming back into the Savanna because my whole thing is just trying to explore as much of the Savanna as I can explore, and so that's what I'm going to try to do, is as much of the Savanna as I can explore and find as many villages as I can. So I'm going to basically use this as a pillage all village. So, and I think that's what I'm gonna name my series, Pillage All Village Hardcore Challenge. So that's what I'm gonna be out to do. Take them for everything I can. Basically, just pillage the villages for all I can do. Be a nomad, like a Viking. Take them for everything they're worth. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, anybody who's watching my videos, you can get free information where things are at if you guys are out and wandering. I probably will not be going into the nether because there's just nothing in the nether for me. So my biggest thing is going to be basically just, let's see who lives the best. Well, for me, living the best is pretty much being geared up. And for me, being geared up is having, gear and food. So if I never really have to worry about when I eat, or am I worried about my next meal, to me that's living right. Oop, I hear a cave, or at least a cave spider, or a spider of sorts. So how deep are we? We are at 69, so we should be able to start seeing iron sometime soon. And I know we're good and safe. And this is going on. Let's see, what's the time going on to be? Okay, we got about 4 minutes. I will slide over to the desert and grab ourselves a little bit of. Let's take this. I'll grab ourselves a little bit of. I don't want half of those. A little bit of sand. We'll burn that into glass, and I do that for the sole purpose of whenever I do my little cave-ins like this, I'll put a glass ceiling up for us so we can actually see whenever we go up to the top. And then another thing we'll try to do is get a little bit of gold so we can see what time it is when we're down here in the caves, as a convenience thing. Might as well. It has no other significant value for us outside of that, so we're not going to worry about golden apples because realistically, what are we really afraid of? We don't have to really beat down into the caves if we don't want to, and quite frankly, we know how to block off if we get into trouble. So outside of a little bit of iron, which on the other one I had iron before 5 minutes or 10 minutes into the game. I had already had established an iron helmet, an iron bucket, and an iron pick. This one we're getting ready to end day one, and I haven't even got an iron pick yet, which is mildly disturbing. But I chose to well, oh, there's iron right there, and it seems to be a decent amount of iron. So there's my iron pick, and that seems to be all I got out of it. So and I'm okay with that. I did, however, get an iron pick out of the deal. I would like to get one more piece before the game is out, so that I can end up walking with an iron pick and an iron bucket. I would be happy with that. But I had an iron pick and an iron helmet, which to me was, good for day one. Iron helmet, iron pick, iron bucket is always a good day one event. So doesn't look like that's going to happen for me now. But just to have an iron pick is good for day one. Now I haven't made it yet, but and my bell is probably going to ring before I get a chance to get up there and craft it. But that's okay. I have there's my iron for my bucket, so I do at least have my iron bucket. And looks like outside of smelting it, I have actually got it anyways. So I have my iron pick, my iron bucket, and my iron helmet. So I actually have the same thing that I had starting. It's not smelted and not on me, but I do have it, and I am nomading it. So we will actually just do a couple more blocks down just to check and see if there's a little bit more iron we can scoop up to make it a little bit better. Maybe get an iron sword out of the deal. I don't think that's going to happen. It's not. So let's put a torch down, grab these blocks, and we'll hop back up. By the time we get up there, it should be right at the time. We'll pop this stuff in the furnace, split it up. So there it is. There's the timer. So let's get up here to the top, and then we'll go ahead and say goodbye as we put everything in the oven. And that should be right about the right time. We'll go ahead and check. Yep, the sun is rising, so we will split this up. 6 here, 6 here, 1 piece in here. Pull that out, and we'll throw that in there. So, till next time, guys. We'll see ya. Bye.